Diburei Emuna, Daf Yud Ches, Chelek Gimel, Daf Yud Ches, the continuation of the story of the guest and the Balabais. And the guest told him, I will learn with you. In other words, the guest knew from the thoughts and the yearnings of the Balabais, and he said that he will teach him how to get to the smile of, how to get to this madrega that he was longing for. And the Balabais was wondering, how does the guest know what he's feeling, what's going on in his head, that he's longing like that he already wants to teach him how to get there. And he started thinking about the guest. Maybe he's not a person. Maybe he's a demon. But how does he know what's happening in his heart? But then he returned and he saw that he speaks to him like people. So immediately he got Emuna in him to believe him and started calling him Rebbe. And the Balabais told the guest, first of all, I would like to ask from you how to behave how to honor you properly. And by the way, Rabbeinu is teaching us L'maisa dika lemudim. This is all L'maisa. This is all practical lemudim. When you want to receive from all the Godel and to learn from him, the first thing you need to do is treat him with bekavod. Treat him with derech eretz. You can't get exasperated by him. You can't say, I'm sorry, this is too much. No such thing. You want to learn from him, you have to treat him with derech eretz. The more you have to be afraid. What are you going to do if you're going to say, something, so go away? What are you going to do? Be lost. What are you going to do? Me and my temper, me and my ego, me and my this. The first thing you want to learn from somebody is the kavod. Adam Gadol is kavod. And he says, he says, needless to say that I'm not going to, hurt your kavod. That I'm going to treat you, with lack of derech eretz. But still, I'm just a human being. It's very difficult for me to behave properly all the time. So I want you to teach me how to be careful with your kavod. So I told him, now I don't have time. Later I'll come back and I'll teach you. Now I have to go away. So the Balabais told Derech, okay, now you have to teach me how far I have to walk with you. I have to be in love. You have to accompany you. Just up to the, to the opening to the door, from inside or until the outside. According to the halachas in the mitzvah of Levaya. And he says until the doorstep. Now from the inside. The meaning is to get out of the house. Is a euphemism to get away from where you are, where your life is, what are your boundaries, what is your habits, what is your tzimtzumim, current tzimtzumim. That's an inyan of Mesiras Nefesh, to let go, to throw everything away, and to go the inyan of the tzaddik. So the Balabais started thinking, how can I get with him? Here, I'm in the house, I'm with the people. I go with them out by myself. I'm afraid. I already called him Rebbe. I want to treat them with kavod. But to go, to go with him outside, to totally give myself up, to be mafkir myself, like to jump into that's Mesiras Nefesh. This he was still afraid. And he said, but I'm afraid. I'll go. People think I went crazy. What will my wife say? What will my family say? They say I become closed-minded. They say I become crazy. They say I become like nobody can talk to me anymore. We used to be fun. What's going on with you? They're going to totally have pachad. He says, if I can teach you, if I can read into your heart right now with all these things, if I wanted to do something to you, who's going to hold me back? Who's going to prevent me from doing this? In other words, if you're afraid to come from me outside, you should know that even while you're in your own house, I can do whatever it is that I want with you. Nobody can stop me. So he went with him from the Pesach, from the entrance, and totally was Moser Nefesh to him. It says there's a Maisa in Koch Ve'or that from Berditchev, the Rebbe told him, so who won? What's happening with the page?
Low between, it's going to open. Trick.
I don't know what this is. No, that's the next page. I don't know. I think there's a page missing here. Oh no, this is the Amshech of the Sichel. And he says he went with him out. It was mafkir everything. So immediately the tzaddik chapped him and started flying with him. In other words, after you misbattle to the tzaddik and you fly with him to Madregas Linus, which was way, 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 way beyond his asagas. Because once you are ready for Mesiras Nefesh to come close to the tzaddik and to do whatever the tzaddik says, then the tzaddik is able to elevate you way beyond your madrega. Way beyond your madrega. It's a very common nekuda that people say, like, I remember before I became religious, it was like, whoa, I'm going to become Haredi. I'm going to come out one of those, the black guys.
Big wings.
Yeah, yes. It was mamash. It was a blockage. It was Mnei Samayach. Until Baruch Hashem, Kadosh Baruch Hu gave me seichel, and he said, "Listen, don't be afraid. Just go ahead." He says, "If you will want to become that, you will become that. If you will not, if you do not want to become that, you will not become that. You have nothing to be afraid of." I was afraid that I will become that without wanting to become that. Otherwise, you silly twit. Remember, you'll want it, you'll be it. You don't want, you won't do it, and that's it. And we'll say, oh, okay, all right. But that is always. There's always this nekuda. Should I let go of that which I know, my envelope of comfort? Do I dare to, to step ahead and step into the unknown? Who knows what's going to happen to me? Be dancing on car. Who knows what's going to happen? To be continued.